Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here for the last Tuesday after 4th of July. That's the first.
I don't know that made sense.
I don't know. I was flipping it around.
Really
I was trying to do like the last first something, but it's not the last Tuesday before July 17th.
It's not, no.
It's just the last, it's the most recent Tuesday after the 4th of July.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Geeks Corner. We're excited you're here. What should people do, Katie?
You should go to
You should subscribe. You should go to our Patreon, where we did a very fun thing tonight called 5 photos that came from the scanner of Mr. Daps. They're old photos. I will give you that clue. But it's in the pre-show called Behind the Scenes. If you haven't done it yet, share. We want you to share this show. And then most importantly, comment. Because then you can get points, apparently.
Yeah, go into the chat. Sorry, I am really not used to my new intro spiel.
I just read the notes. We need to get a way to like show the notes again, but we haven't figured that out. Anyway, with that, it is time to talk about.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man. Thanks, Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man.
As is no surprise, Sam Eagle was the Muppet of the Week last week.
And they put him as Sam Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big discussion after Geeks last week.
And we did some research because it's not consistent.
It's sometimes Sam the Eagle. It's sometimes Sam Eagle.
Yeah. So anyway, now is a time where we decide who next week's Muppet of the Week might be. I see Uncle Deadly in there. I see Statler and Waldorf in there. I'm
gonna say Gloria Estefan.
Ooh.
I keep reading. Is Gloria Estefan gonna get a week? No, she's not. But Gloria Estefan, the penguin from Muppets ABC.
You know who I think it should be this week, right?
Always be famous. Who?
Who do I often say? And now you've actually seen the movie where
Bobo the Bear?
Yes.
We just watched Muppets from Space.
You can watch it on YouTube for free with ads right now. It's very fun.
Pretty crazy ads.
Mm-hmm.
Muppets from Space is great. I also almost said Frou Frou.
Oh, there we go. I like that. We got Frou Frou coming in. Yeah. We got Bobo. If it's any of these, we all win. I feel like.
Yeah.
If we just happen to get
we
one
win as a
Muppet
collective.
right, it's like a win for the show.
Scooter was like week 1.
Scooter was pretty early.
I think
it's okay.
So too.
You can keep guessing.
That's not Chicago's. That's Illinois' favorite Muppet, apparently.
Huh.
But you know what? That same
one of those Facebook things.
Yeah, that same graphic. Do you want to know what it says California's favorite Muppet is? Who's my worst Muppet? Who's my op? My Muppet op. Waldo C. Graphic.
I was like, is it Waldo?
That's what it says California's favorite Muppet is.
We got to vote for Kermit.
Okay. With the green.
Still holding out Miss Piggy will be the last week. Itzy still doesn't know what Scooter looked like. So everybody can go tweet pictures of Scooter to Itzy or post, I guess, because it's not tweeting it. It's still tweeting.
It's still always tweeting.
Anyway, we will all tweet pictures to you tonight of Scooter Itzy, and it'll be a blast. Should we get into the show?
I guess we could.
It's a full show tonight, so we're gonna do our best with this.
Which means we're gonna talk about nonsense.
We're gonna be done. It'll be a quick show. Rivers of America gone. They were there one day, and the next day it was just green. Everything's gone. This is in the Magic Kingdom, by the way, at Walt Disney World. For those of you that are used to us talking about Disneyland. What?
Whoa. Have you seen the door?
Yeah.
The door is really funny.
Yeah. The door down to the nothing. It's the door to nothing now. But it's interesting because whenever you have one of these milestone experiences happening, you have all of these feelings and opinions and conversations, I guess.
Yeah.
And in concept, when it was all playing out, I was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense, I guess. Like, this is a more popular franchise. It is a franchise. I mean, Disney doesn't really have a Mark Twain movie right now. But
I don't think they
or
would.
Tom
but
Sawyer Island, or Tom Sawyer Island movie. A bunch of kids go camping. I don't know. Anyway,
Follow me, boys.
in concept, I was like, okay, I could kind of see why they're doing this, whatever. It expands the park, it adds more capacity, whatever. However, as it was actually happening, I also definitely felt the other side of like, oh, I don't like this at all. Because I think Rivers of America is one of those things that used to just, I almost want to say you just take for granted, but it's also a decompression zone.
Mhm.
Like when you're racing through Tomorrowland, you're racing through Fantasyland, wherever, Main Street, like Magic Kingdom does get a little bit overwhelming and hot and crowded and whatever. And there's something very peaceful and gives you a chance to recover when you go down to the Rivers of America and you can just relax. What?
I would not say that Tom Sawyer Island is not hot.
But I'm not saying there. I'm saying the rivers. Like I'm thinking.
Sure. Okay.
Like
Just-
Liberty,
okay.
Liberty Bell. I'm thinking in particular that wood walkway around the
Sure.
edge of the river where I saw an alligator once, and
Near where
but
saw
I
an
do
alligator
think
once.
it kind of led me on this deeper thought process of there is a risk when you get rid of spaces like this of because everything is utilized, there is pressure everywhere. And the one thing you haven't accounted for in this case is yes, you have your fast rides. Yes, you have your little spinny rides or your little fun rides for the kids. But there is something to be said for just space that's Disney that is, yes, rest in peace, Bountiful Valley Farm.
That's so true.
But don't you think there's something to be said for the spaces that just let you be and let you kind of relax and just experience Disney?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what people are feeling, but maybe never verbalizing in the same way or not verbalizing the same way. And thankfully you can still do that, walking around the waters at like Disney Springs to Saratoga or whatever. But I don't know. What do you think about this?
I think keep moving forward. I think if, and this is my extremely unpopular opinion, and I am a-okay with that. I think it's okay that it's going away. I think that there is still going to be water features. No, I don't think they attempted that with the Avengers Campus. I actually was thinking about that while Daps was talking. I don't think DCA has a single spot that is like you can relax and
Grizzly
maybe
Peak.
I was gonna say maybe Grizzly Peak.
Yeah, I think Grizzly Peak, that back walkway is very much that.
That when it's open.
I think those kind of things just give you a moment to like just slow down and just enjoy and hear people having fun, and you can hear the music in the distance, but it's not in your face. Like there's a lot coming at you at a Disney theme park, and I think there is a risk of just cramming too much in. Under the Silly Symphony swings, other than Silly Symphony right above you.
Yeah. But that's my only issue with it.
But anyway, keep going. Sorry.
I think it's okay, honestly. I really do. I think it is going to be missed. I hope that Liberty Bell goes somewhere. Like even if you can't go on it, I would love just to be able to see it somewhere.
Just take it to the Grand.
For a second, I was like, California.
No.
Anyway. Whew. I don't know.
And my addendum to what I'm saying is the new area looks like it could do that. The only reason I'm slightly concerned is I don't know how well they'll be able to control the sound for the rally racer. Like if the rally racer sounds like most rally racers, and this is probably actually where this is all coming from now that I'm digging deeper. Have you ever heard of rally racer?
No.
Okay, so in when I first moved to California, the town I lived in, there was a rally race course just outside of town. When there was a race happening, everybody heard it. It's loud. It's I'm assuming it won't be as loud as a true rally race, but I'm also expecting it to be kind of like maybe Radiator Springs or something where it's It'll be there. So we'll see.
What I'm thinking is that you're going to be sitting, you're going to be trying to relax. You're going to have a bench, right? Even if you're by the water. But you will just hear, "Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night." No matter how far away you are from it.
There you go. Maybe that'll be it.
Yeah, you know, and then just ka-chow.
There you go. All right.
Lightning McQueen if he was Darth Vader.
Another new addition that's coming to the parks is the third verse of It's a Small World After All. It will be at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World, we learned this week. I think it's great. What do you think?
I'm super excited about it. I've said this, I think, on the show multiple times. But when we did the D23 Sherman tribute, like, cried my eyes out at the revelation of the third verse.
But what do you think specifically about Walt Disney World getting it also? Like, I think it's great. I wish they had to wait one day.
I agree.
Because I do kind of wish July 17th was a Disneyland day.
July 17th means nothing to Magic Kingdom. Wait till October 1st. Then come back and talk to me.
I actually like that idea too.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It would have made more sense.
All right.
That's it.
Okay, that is it. We also learned the acts, well, most of the acts, I think there's a couple open, maybe one open spot for the Eat to the Beat concerts this year at Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. The only reason I bring this up is because there's some new groups this year, and I think it's a good list. Here it is. This is the list of the entire lineup is now. There is a TBD space that I left out, but for new groups or artists, we've got Katie Tunstall, Ben Rector. I'm amazed I can read this from this far.
So am I.
The Wanted 2.0 and Jordan Sparks, Bowling for Soup, and the Beach Boys.
This is how I found out that Mike Love got the Beach Boys in the divorce, because I 100% did not think it was Mike Love.
Of all of these, what are you most excited for?
I think, because I'm a millennial, Bowling for Soup.
I kind of think so.
I think that's going to be so fun.
I think it will, and I'm also just curious, do you begin or end with Phineas and Ferb?
You end with Phineas and Ferb for sure.
Okay.
But like, you get some 1985 in there. Oh my God, Jesse and Joy, they are on there.
I actually think, like, looking through this list, every year it gets better.
I think so too.
Like, there was multiple in here that I'm like, oh yeah, that would be fun. Smash Mouth would be fun. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy would be fun. Boys to Men, we would at least recognize. Like, I've got friends that would love going to see David Archuleta.
You don't want to see Hanson?
People would love that too. The Fray would be cool. Like, I actually think Joey Fatone and Friends would probably be hilarious. Like, I am very curious.
Who are his friends?
Like, if we lived in Florida, I would want to go to lots of these just because I want to also see who do they attract. Because I feel like, I mean, go from, let's say, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy to Mercy Me. Very different.
Also, Hoobastank. Like, come on.
And Starship? Like,
yeah.
Like, they are literally hitting things for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's kind of made, like, I don't know. I think it's whoever's booking this year, I'm impressed.
Yeah. Fun Katy Bear 13 lore drop. Joey Fatone judged one of my show choir competitions.
Isn't he also the one that's on that got on Impractical Jokers?
Oh, he
like
might
he's
be.
Like buddies with the Impractical Jokers. I don't know.
That's also another connection to the beat. Joey Fatone was one of my show choir competition judges, but not the show choir year where we had Katie Tunstall in the set. We had Black Horse and a Cherry Tree.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which might be the only song I know by her.
It's the only song I know.
I literally was like, I kind of want to be excited about her, but I only know the one song. And that used to be played at Starbucks a ton.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
I don't know, but it's a solid lineup.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Let us know if you're going to see any of them. And post of common knowledge too. There we go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right. We also learned today what the poster for Walt Disney A Magical Life will look like. And if I'd have been on the ball, you would see it right now. But we actually don't have high quality photos yet. So it would look blurry. So we're not going to show it. But I think they did a really nice job because it's one of the most iconic pictures of Walt. And then I think it's the one on the Bob Thomas book, if I recall. And then it's kind of got that classic look. It's very interesting to me because you've got a new Lincoln poster and then this one, and they're definitely pulling from two different centuries, but they work.
Those are two different centuries, yeah, I guess.
Like, I think they did a great job.
No, I think it's wonderful. I also just really nerd out when we get new attraction posters because, like, this isn't something that happens super often. I mean, it happens more lately with, like, Star Tours getting a new one and but I think it's super fun. I really like it. I think they capture the essence really well. And I think it conveys the nostalgia that they're going to try and like put across in the attraction. So.
Yeah, it'll be very fun. And after July 17th, we'll definitely be talking about that. So go and see it.
I just want to say
the weekend of the 17th.
Because I just want this on the record. I still don't know how I feel about the Walt Disney animatronic. I don't know yet.
I don't think we are going to know until we've seen it face to face.
I was going to say, I don't even think I'm going to know in video how I feel about it.
It'll be interesting because up until Lincoln, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
In my head, when you thought of the like, who is Abraham Lincoln, in many ways, it was the animatronic mixed with the books I'd read about Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's that's Abraham Lincoln. And when you think about it, especially for the younger people that don't have the access to all of the old, you know, remember
the young people.
I'm thinking, remember all the 10 DVD sets that used to have a ton of old Walt Disney clips and whatever. And you don't see as much of Walt Disney, like just in regular programming, I guess now, where it used to be, you know, Disney Channel every night. They'd had the Walt Disney, and you'd often see Walt doing something, or you could see the old Disneyland shows or World of Disney. Like a lot of those things just aren't as available, I feel like, as easily for, like, you can find some of them on YouTube, but you really have to go, like, they're just not there as you're flipping channels, I guess is what I'm getting at.
I agree.
And so it'll be interesting to see if this becomes, late night Zorro classic. In fact, I watched through all of Zorro on Disney Plus when it was added because of that.
Put a pin in that comment. I'm coming back to that during comments.
Okay. But it's going to be interesting to see if this becomes the Walt Disney that fans, especially younger ones or newer fans, know and love, because this is the first time they really get to interact and see him in what's now a new way.
I'm a little scared. That's it.
That's fair. What I think it's interesting is, like, I think even like they had a media event a couple months ago that members of the media were invited up to see different elements of the show, and that was not part of it.
Yeah.
So like it will be, you know, next week. That's when everybody's going to really see what this is like, and I don't know what to think. I'm fascinated and I'm intrigued. I do wish we were getting Abe Lincoln a little bit quicker in the rotation, just because I'm equally intrigued and interested in that.
I was hoping that Two Brothers actually featured Abraham Lincoln and Walt Disney.
The new Two Brothers?
Yeah.
You thought it was Walt and Roy. No, now it's Walt and Abe.
Now it's Walt and Abe, and the song is still the same. And they duel.
Oh, okay.
Because a cannonball don't pay no mind.
Oh, I thought they were gonna have dueling haircuts.
No haircuts.
If you've experienced that, let us know in the chat.
The ASMR version
and what
of
you
Great
thought
Moments.
of it. Anyway, we will be covering that. We'll let you know what we think about it and all of that fun stuff. We also got more details. There's been a lot of news that came out this week. Like, there's other stuff we could do, but I'm just more excited about the thing that's coming. So we learned about the holiday season at Walt Disney World this year, which there is a lot going on. And Two Brothers rewritten for the Sherman Brothers. I like that. That wouldn't be super hard, I don't feel like. But anyway, we learned a lot about what's coming for Walt Disney World's holiday season. it's a lot of stuff that we've seen before that we like. They're bringing back the 2 parties, one in Hollywood Studios, one at Magic Kingdom. The decorations, they're doing the show where Olaf and company make the castle come to life at night, which I think that would be cute to see, to be honest. They are continuing Disney Starlight through the holiday season, except for on nights when Mickey Very Merry Christmas Party is happening. Also cool. Hopefully we'll get to see that at some point. And then Epcot's doing Festival of Holidays, which is one of my favorite. Like Epcot's Festival of Holidays, they always do.
I know, but it just always feels. It's very funny for a park or for a resort that loves to start things like super early. Like, oh, we're starting Halloween in like the first week of August. They're like, oh, Festival of Holidays? Nah.
It is interesting. Like they started after Thanksgiving
and that is how I feel about Christmas. But before you come for me, that's also how I feel about Halloween.
Anyway, we have Festival Holidays coming back. They've got a bunch of entertainment coming. One of my favorite parts is the storytellers around World Showcase. Like, I just think that is one of I would like to go and see each of those multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, that would be very fun.
I think Barn Santa's my favorite, but yeah.
Barn Santa's great.
Yeah, Barn Santa.
I also like what's her name in Italy?
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because on what is that? The southeast side of the park? I don't know.
I don't know directionally Walt Disney World parks.
But it is funny how like that corner of the area, like that quarter, I guess, or third of Epcot, the holiday trick stories are a little bit more tricksterish. Like,
like France.
I guess France is too.
Yeah. Well, he's like, if you don't leave things in your shoes.
Yeah. So that's the whole half then.
Yeah.
We've moved on. But no, I would like more time to be able to experience Festival Holidays at Epcot, because I just think they do a great job. And like, we really never get to, like, the times we've been there, like getting to see Joyful in the front, which is now at the stage, which I think is probably a much better place for it. If it's where I think it is, I don't know. But like, a lot of the music stuff we don't get to see. I've never actually seen Candlelight there.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched parts of it from the back. But other people have gotten our videos that we have up from Florida, and that would be kind of fun to do. I feel like
I would like to sit down.
I love Hollywood Studios during the holidays. Like, I
like Jollywood a lot.
It's really pretty. Jollywood's fun. I would love to do that again. And then Animal Kingdom, Merry Menagerie. I was building to that.
I think that is the greatest holiday offering at any domestic Disney park is the Merry Menagerie. It is so spontaneous. It is so genuine. It is so fun. It's puppetry. Like, and I think anytime we get puppetry, that's awesome.
Especially when it's well done. Like, it is very well done.
And there's pictures of me just screaming at the puppets in the Merry Menagerie because
there's video too.
There's also probably video, but like, it's just so special and I love it. And you could buy merchandise. We have an ornament somewhere. I don't know where. Anyway, Merry Menagerie.
Of all of the holiday offerings at Walt Disney World, besides Merry Menagerie now, because you already kind of answered the question, what would you most like to experience?
Have we confirmed Muppets at Jollywood Nights?
I'm going to assume they're still there.
Then I'm going to say Muppets at Jollywood Nights.
Okay. In the big stage show.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name of it, but I feel like that is one that when you look back on it, it's going to be one of those slow burns that through the years, it's like, oh yeah, it had a rough start that first year, but it's going to continually get better and better and better. And even the first year, I didn't think, like, we didn't go the first night. So
we still had fun.
I thought it was already significantly better than what other people said.
The only thing that I was like, was that it was Jingle Bell Jingle Bam. Fireworks. I was like,
I could go to something else.
Yeah.
And we've never been to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, because that would be fun to see the Speedway with all the lights on. Like, that would be pretty cool. Don't they do something with Space Mountain too? Am I imagining this? I feel like they do something with Space Mountain.
Opposite of Ghost Galaxy. Merry Mountain. I just think I just did something.
Unless it already exists.
Walt Disney Imagineering. I have something I'd like to tell you. It's very important. Put me on the phone with Walt Disney. I'll hold.
But I do think techno Christmas music. I'm right.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think that would be cool. I do think the parties there at this point might be a slightly better value than the parties here.
Do we even have Christmas parties anymore?
No, all parties. I'm just saying a
Got it.
generalized statement because you've got their Halloween party and
Remember that time we got a Christmas party?
I'm okay that we didn't keep those.
I'm
Like I
okay, but
loved
I
it, but
I missed the Muppets caroling coach. That's it.
they should make that a regular thing. I would be okay with that. But
no, I also agree that there's better value because also
you get cookies.
I was gonna say you get cookies, you get treats, you get sweets, you get like there's.
And we haven't been to the Halloween party because I heard the lines are pretty ridiculous for that. So maybe not as much that one versus Oogie Boogie.
I was gonna say I hear that Oogie Boogie is the goat on that one.
But I mean Oogie Boogie's hard to beat, even though they haven't changed a whole lot this year. But you know what? It's a lot of fun. Like
I love Oogie Boogie Bash. I'm sorry. Like
yeah, I just think it's fun, and I think the real challenge for Disney with Oogie Boogie in particular is supply and demand. Is the demand for the thing is just so high that that's a challenge. Like that's when people will pay just about anything. There's only so much you can do without alienating people also. But holidays are going to be a lot of fun. We don't have details yet for Disneyland Resorts holidays, but I'm sure they will be coming in the not so distant future. And and there's all the gingerbread houses. That would be fun to see too.
Oh yeah.
At the hotels. Like that would be something that's on my list of like, oh yeah, I like to go see those too. Because really my main times, both times being in Florida for holidays were quick trips. Like one was the suicide trip that was like 48 hours. And then the other was like 3 days. And
we changed hotel rooms once a day.
Yeah, that was probably wouldn't do that again.
Oh yeah, that was silly.
But yeah, I think that would be a fun thing to do again at some point. And maybe do a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party instead of Jollywood, just to mix it up. But and we didn't even get to the food.
Yeah.
But that's totally fine. What we could get to though is if you have anything that you would like us to respond to or talk about or whatever, it is time for
Comments.
That's right. It's time for comments. And as Katie said earlier, we're sticking a pin in one of them, which apparently we need to bring back. I'm going to see if I can find it. I think I found it. Late Night Zorro was my jam. That was the comment that you would like to respond to first.
Wonderful. So, Daps has no idea what I'm going to say.
Not a clue.
Let me just get on my high horse for a second. Okay. Cannot be knocked off of this. Zorro is what? Intellectual property. Zorro was where? Frontierland.
No, I agree with this.
So was Frontierland not based on IP, Mr. Daps? It was crazy. Adventureland, the Jungle Cruise, that was based off Walt Disney's True Life Adventures. Correct. We're getting this. The castle is what? Intellectual property to advertise for Sleeping Beauty.
Where is this coming from?
The parks. Let me have this.
Okay.
The parks themselves were to introduce more people to Disney films so that more people would see them. And yes, it was a thing for people to do and families to do to experience together, but it was solidifying the Disney brand in families. This is coming from the fact that people said Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island were not IP. They absolutely were IP.
I mean, they may not have been always timing exactly right, but Walt Disney recognized what was popular and what would resonate with fans, and that was the basis. But yes.
Anyway, I think that there is a very You can also you could leave the frame while I say this, that people throw darts at my face and not yours.
Oh, no, I'm
you don't have
listening.
to be
I'm
associated with
intrigued.
this. I just think that there is this very interesting mindset right now with fans where they're like, Walt Disney didn't build things with IP. And the parks used to be better without IP. Babe, the parks were all IP. And the things that weren't IP, Walt Disney made IP by making a show about it. Where do we pick up the darts? I figured they were dropped off next to you by a parachute. Anyway,
just get the ones that stick to the TV, and then you can shoot them at her.
No, that gives me Tyler flashbacks when I would get hit. Anyway, I just wanted to go on a little IP rant because I think that there is this current mentality of the good old days of Disney parks. And I'm like, you know what? I think that for some people, we are in the good old days. And they are available on Patreon. You actually get more darts if you're a Patreon subscriber. So if they do add Jared Leto to the Haunted Mansion, I will have complaints, mainly because I feel like Jared Leto has blackmailed
Isn't
Disney.
he already in the mansion?
No.
Okay.
Are you just trying to say that the Hatbox Ghost? No, that's not Jared Leto as the Hatbox Ghost. That's the Hatbox Ghost. It's the Hatbox Ghost.
Okay.
Silly goose.
Okay.
Silly goose.
Just asking.
Anywho,
I do think there is an argument to be made that it's always dangerous to speak for Walt.
Yep.
And I think that's what I would say for everybody on both sides of it, is because I think nothing was an outright sellout. But I also think Walt was very business savvy and was like, hey, I can have my cake and eat it too. And so I would be very reticent to be like, oh, Walt would do this, or Walt wouldn't do that, or Walt would like this, or Walt wouldn't like that. Because it kind of seemed like Walt, like true creatives,
changed his
could
mind a
change
lot.
his mind very frequently. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting conversation to watch. And I also think that on any given moment, everybody is right and everybody's wrong. Because it probably depended on what meeting you were in with Walt, on what he said and what he felt. And that's just, I think, how things play out. Moving right along, Fozzie, are we excited about the new Star Wars Coke bottles?
I think they're
Sure.
fine. They kind of feel like the Share a Coke promotion, but with Star Wars characters. So I'm like, do I get to pick? Is it random? It's probably random.
I mean, we have the best.
Yeah, we already have
the Buddy Pals Coke one. So we're set. No, I think it's cool. It's kind of a fun thing. I don't want to have a bunch of empty Coke bottles sitting around. I don't know what to do with them, to be honest.
My favorite thing was the day that they were announced. My boss's boss was around and you showed them to him and he went, huh, well, it's good for somebody, I guess.
Yep.
It was my favorite.
Caleb is excited for Walt Disney: A Magical Life on Disneyland's 70th anniversary. Fair. It is going to be fantastic. I'm curious how much of a wait they have to do a virtual queue. I don't know. I could see. I don't know. We will see. I'm not making any predictions.
They're like, we don't have a queue in the Opera House. What do we do?
Well, my hunch is they would do the wristband thing again, and they'll have different colors for different times of the day, because I think they have the days or the times posted on one of the signs. But I am very curious what the demand is for that. I think on the 17th, there's probably an inflated demand over other days, but it'll be interesting to see what it is on a normal day. Will this make the Opera House a busy place to go, including with the thing outside? I don't know, but
my shorthand currently is Magical Life.
I've been calling it Waltimatronic. Is
that
bad?
Better? Yeah.
Okay. It's the Waltimatronic show. I don't know. Huh?
I said that's a little silly.
Sorry, it's short. It's easy.
You're just so full of whimsy. I just love that about you.
When do we get a Tiki Room movie?
Great question.
I don't know, but I feel like after Lilo and Stitch, it's coming.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, no. abandon the Tower of Terror. No, you still can't figure out a story. I've got a great one for you. Yeah, I'll hold for Colin Jost.
Yeah, I think
They're considering it.
I think the queue for Waltimatronic could be near Disney Gallery and Main Street Station. Like, there's spaces you could use it, but
and then Mickey's just gonna be like, okay.
It'll also be interesting because to see how many people go in, see A Magical Life, and then they hop out and get back in line. Like I don't know if that's like, are people going to want to do that too? I don't know.
Maybe. My thing, and this is my first time considering it. What do you think the post-show music is going to be?
I don't know.
Because to me,
and does it switch when like, will it be America for Lincoln, and will it be like When You Wish Upon a Star for
to me,
Walt?
I need to hear America, spread your golden wings. I didn't know he was a real guy. At least one person's probably going to say that. I feel
like if there is somebody standing at the entrance, you're going to hear somebody say that.
Yeah.
I think When You Wish Upon a Star might be the one.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or Wonderful World of Color.
Yes, but that's not as much of a like send you like
yeah. It might
finale
be
song.
Or
yeah, I don't know.
Knows? Ooh, A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow would be it really
too.
good.
And then that would tie in with the Sherman Brothers thing too, which they've also got the show in Cinema House, or in the Main Street Cinema, coming on the 17th too, that really we haven't talked about. But yeah, you kind of need that eagle to pull you to the door.
It's true.
Unless Blue Fairy or a star or something, I don't know, but like
America. It's actually Roy going, "Hey guys, we have a business to run, so if you all could." That's funny. There's a surprise Roy Disney animatronic.
He's in the hall.
Yeah. He actually is person.
He opens the door and he's like, "Hey, Walt, got to wrap it up."
He's the person that's going with the counter.
That's totally what it is. All right, Katie, we are running out of time. What should people do?
You should go to dapsmagic.com. You should check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. You should subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss any of it. And you should also go to patreon.com/dapsmagic, where you can see Mr. Daps 5 photos from the scanner, which I was even surprised by, and I thought they were super fun. So you should go and you should comment on it, but that's just my opinion.
Just hers. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, because we've got a lot of exciting things going on, including the third verse for It's a Small World in about a week and a half or whatever that is. But thank you for watching. We are out of time. We hope you have a great week. There's the dog. Yeah. Anyway, that's about all the time we have for you this week. We'll see you around the corner.
Bye.